SBA Publications.
Hello, dear students. How are you all? I hope that you're doing nice and you're learning a lot from your literature book. Today, we are going to start our chapter number 13 of English literature. Students, as we all know, that literature is not only about stories, but it consists of different kind of text. One is the prose that we read our chapters, okay? Then we have poetry and then we have drama. So today we are going to read a drama and the name of our drama is The Pocket Money. So let's get started. Read the dialogue between a father and a son. Father: Son, did you get your report card? Son: Yes, Dad, I've got it. Father: You've got it? When? Why didn't you show it to me? Son: Yesterday. I forgot to show it to you. Father: You forgot? Son: Well, I was going to, but thought. Does this dialogue ring a bell? At least in some of you? Well, it's a universal problem faced by all those who fare badly in their exams. How do they deal with it? Let's read the play and find out how Ernest's uncle solved the problem for him. But was it the right thing to do? So, this chapter is about Ernest Ryland Smith, a schoolboy of 14. Mr. Ryland Smith, his father, a self-important businessman. Uncle Tom, Mary, a servant, a boy also named Smith. So, here our play is starting now. The sitting room of Ryland Smith. It is just before 7 p.m., a few days before Christmas. Ernest is bending down over the radio, turning controls, and the set is making a terrible noise as his father enters. Father: For goodness sake, leave that thing alone and let's have some peace and quiet. Any letters for me? Ernest: I don't think so, Dad, but the evening post hasn't come in yet. So Ernest and father are having a conversation. Father: Consulting his watch. Late again? It's just the same as the rest of the public services. Nothing seems to be working properly. Mary tells me the telephone is out of order again. Ernest: It's the weather, I think. Father: What do you mean? What's the weather got to do with it? Ernest: I thought perhaps the snow. And father interrupts in between. Well, don't think. It's probably due to carelessness or laziness. And goodness knows I get enough of that at the office. Nobody seems to understand the meaning of the word work nowadays. Which reminds me, shouldn't you be doing your homework? So the father and the son are having a conversation where, while talking, father remembers and he asks Ernest that, shouldn't you be doing your homework? Er- Ernest: We've broken up, Dad. Father: What? Already? It's only 3 days to Christmas. Father: I should have thought Christmas Eve would have been soon enough. I shall be at the office till then. Ernest: Yes, but business is different. Father: So it seems. You'll discover that for yourself someday. Life isn't all pleasure when you've left school. So now they're talking about the homework, and from homework, the conversation has reached to the holidays, that it is Christmas after 3 days. So he is away from school while father has to work till Christmas Eve. Ernest: Nor while you're there. Father: Nonsense, my boy, nonsense. Why, my school days were the happiest time of my life. Now the father is telling that school days are the happiest time of the lives of everyone. Ernest: Uncle Tom doesn't say that. He says that he had a rotten time. So now he says, but Uncle Tom had a rotten time in his school days. Father: Oh, does he? He's probably forgotten. Ernest: He hasn't forgotten the beating he used to get. Father: I've no doubt he richly deserved them. If he'd done his lessons properly and behaved himself, he wouldn't have been punished. Everybody knows that. By the way, don't you usually bring home a report at the end of the term? Ernest: Yes, Dad. Father: Then where is it? Why haven't I seen it? Ernest: I was waiting till supper to show it to you. So Ernest was waiting till dinner to show the report card to his father. Father: Whatever for? No time like the present, my boy. Out with it, and let's see what your masters say about you this time. If I remember rightly, you were pretty low in your form last summer. So last time he was very low, but now his father wants to see what does his masters say. But I was in second 11 but I was in the second 11 cricket team and did a lot of swimming for the school. Father: Well, that was something in your favor. All the same, I don't pay a lot of money for you. Learn nothing. But games, it's work that counts every time, and don't you forget it. Now let's see the report if you haven't lost it. So now Ernest tells his father that, but I have scored in cricket. And the father says, but I am paying money for your work and not games. Ernest: Oh no, Dad, here it is. Produces an envelope from inside the coat pocket. Father: Not too clean. However, cuts envelope with pocket knife, takes out report, unfolds it, and begins to read aloud. Scripture making, steady progress, CR, who's CR? Ernest: Mr. Reed, he takes our scripture and maths. Father: A queer combination, and yet I don't know. I suppose there is a certain amount of arithmetic in the Bible and prayer book. English composition shows originality. That might mean anything: grammar good, careful work. Reading good, writing very fair, spelling improving. Thank heaven for that. The letter you wrote me when I was abroad were full of mistakes. History, promising. Geography, good. Civics, what are they? It's a new subject, Dad. The head teaches us that. Father: Yes, but what is it all about? So now the father is reading the report of his son Ernest, and he is seeing that there is improvement in his son, and now he's questioning about what civics mean. Oh, everyday news and politics and sort of things. The old man sometimes calls it current affairs. Father: Does he? It seems to me you can get all that from the newspaper. However, he says here you take an intelligent interest, so I suppose we must be thankful for small mercies. What's next? Oh, Latin. Not much use of it myself, nor have you, it seems. Only fair. Your report says. So the report says he's only fair in Latin. Ernest: But, father, no need to apologize. It's a dead language anyhow. No commercial value whatever. Cut it out. So Ernest says, I can't till I'm in fifth. The father is saying that Latin is a dead language, so it's of no importance. So cut it out. But Ernest is saying that I cannot till I'm in fifth. Father: Pity, you might be doing something more useful. Still, I recognize the school must provide for all tastes. What's this now? Mathematics. I'm glad they put arithmetic first. Good heavens, you've actually got a highly satisfactory. I thought you were a fool at the subject. Ernest, surprised. So did I. It it must be a mistake. I mean, father, well, your master ought to know. I can't imagine he'd give you praise for doing well if you hadn't. Ernest, no, but father says your algebra and geometry are not so bad either. I'm beginning to think you've changed for the better. So now, by seeing the report, father is believing that his son is improving. Ernest, what have they given me for art and woodwork, Dad? They are my best subjects. Father examining report. Oh, you think so, do you? Then you're going to be disappointed. It says here you're only fair in both. Not that it matters at all that much. Any fool can draw and use a screwdriver. Ernest, but I am the best in the form at drawing and I have done awfully well at woodwork this time. So Ernest is saying in the subject art and woodwork, I have done really well, but I have not gotten that much praises. But in the other subjects which I lack into, they are very much praised. What's wrong? Father, well, here it is in the black and white. You can't go beyond the marks. 40% in art, 39 in woodwork. Ernest puzzles. It beats me. Father, why worry? It's the commercial subjects that count. As a matter of fact, I'm quite pleased with this report. It shows you are beginning to understand your duty. So, father believes that now my son is improving, and this art and woodwork, it's not important. But Ernest is still in shock and is worried what happened. I have done my best in these subjects and I haven't gotten any good marks in them. Here's half a crown for you and don't spend it wastefully. Now, father gives him some money as a reward. Ernest, thank you, Dad. He takes coin just as the door opens to admit Uncle Tom. Uncle, good evening. I hope I'm not too early. Father, you're just in time to see Ernest's report. Sit down and take a look at that. I bet you never got one like it. So now the father is boasting about his son. Uncle, I wondered why you were throwing half crowns about. Takes reports, sits in armchair, puts on his spectacles and looks quickly down the paper. So now his uncle is looking at his report. Father, well, uncle, you're right, by Jove. I never did, to Ernest. Seems to me, young man, you've turned into a bookworm. That's happened to you? What's happened to you? Ernest, uncomfortably. Don't know, I'm sure, uncle. Father, he's begun to realize the value of work, I hope. Looks at the watch. Look here, you must excuse us for a few minutes. Thomas, I want Ernest to help me get some letters off, and the post goes at 7:15. Uncle, that's all right. Don't mind me. So now the father is taking his son to help him with the post. Father, help yourself to cigarettes, points to the box and table. On the table. Come on, my boy, we must hurry. Goes out, followed by Ernest. Uncle takes a cigarette, lights it, and then examines report again. Whistling from time to time in surprise, enter Mary, showing in a schoolboy who wears glasses. He's about Ernest's age. Now Mary says, I'm sorry, sir, I thought the master was here. Uncle, he's very busy just now, Mary. Anything I can do? Now Mary enters and she encounters Uncle Tom there, and then she thinks of meeting Master inside, okay? Ernest, father. I don't know, sir. This young gentleman said he wanted to see Mr. Ryland Smith or Master Ernest. Uncle, all right, Mary, if I can't help him, I'll keep him company till your master returns. Mary, thank you, sir. She goes out. So now Mary's son, who is about Ernest's age, he wants to meet Ernest. Boy, excuse me, but are you? Uncle says, I'm Ernest's uncle, if that's what you want to know. But sit down and tell me if I can be of any use. So, his uncle, Ernest's uncle, introduces himself to the boy, and let's see what the boy says. Well, you see, it's about my school report. We think there's been some mistake, uncle. Dear me, how did that happen? Boy, sitting down and producing report. You see, it's like this. My name is Edward Roger Smith, and I am in the same form as Ernest Ryland Smith. Only I am plain Smith and he is hyphenated. Okay, he is plain Smith and this one is hyphenated. He is what? You know, dash. He's got a dash between Ryland and Smith. Uncle, I see. Go on. Well, old Jonah, that's our form master, never troubled to put our full names on reports, only ERS. You see, hyphen, so he is very likely mixed up. I hope so, anyhow. So the master has mixed up the reports as explained by the boy. Uncle, why is your report so very bad? Boy, it can't be mine. That's just what I'm saying. Uncle, well, the one that was sent to you, whoever it belonged to. Boy, bitterly. It was bad enough. Enough for dad to say he'd cut my pocket money for a month. So now the boy is in trouble and Ernest is being very much praised by his father. Uncle, that's bad luck. Well, I shouldn't be surprised if you're right about yours getting mixed up with young Ernest. Suppose you show me yours and take a look at his. They exchange the reports. So uncle and the boy, they exchange the reports and they have a look at them. Boy, looking quickly at the paper given to him. This is mine, I'm sure of it. Uncle, what makes you think so? Boy, look, I have done pretty well in everything except art and woodwork, and those are only subjects Ryland Smith is good at. Uncle, I shouldn't wonder if you are right. Then he looks at the paper. Yes, I'm afraid you're right. Well, there's only one thing for it. We must change them over. So uncle decides to change the paper over with the boy. Do you mean I can keep this, uncle? Of course, it's clearly yours. Boy, pocketing report. Thank you, sir. Then he pauses awkwardly. I'm sorry if Ryland Smith's going to be disappointed, but you don't know my father. So now he takes his report, he thanks his uncle, and then he goes off. But he says, I'm sure that Ryland Smith was very disappointed. Uncle, no, but I know Ernest. However, I believe the boy suspects something already, and you can leave his father to me. Now the boy is relieved and he says, thank you, sir. Good night, sir. Uncle says, good night, my boy. Your pocket money ought to be safe now. Now the boy says, I hope so, sir. He goes out, uncle takes up remaining report and examines it again. Then shaking his head, he folds it carefully into a pipe lighter which he lays on the table. His cigarette now smoked through, he throws it on the fire and fills a pipe. He has just finished and pushed the pipe in his mouth when Ernest enters with a pile of envelopes in his hand. So now he is smoking, and Ernest enters with envelopes in his hands. Ernest, anything for the post, uncle? Uncle says, no thanks, my boy. I rarely write letters. He takes the report, pushes it in the fire, and starts lighting his pipe. So now he fills the report as a pipe of cigarette and starts smoking. Ernest, suddenly noticing what his uncle is doing. Here, whatever are you doing? Uncle pretending surprise. Only saving matches. What's the matter? Ernest, but that's my report. Uncle looking down at burning paper in his hand. Heavens, so it is, or was. I must be getting absent-minded in my old age. Well, it's no good now, I'm afraid. Throws it on the fire. So now he burns his report like a cigarette and then it's wasted, so he throws it in the fire. Ernest, you won't get into half trouble when dad comes. Uncle, never mind, I'm always getting into hot water. After all, accidents will happen. Looking at the clock at the mantelpiece, I say, isn't it nearly post time? Ernest, help, I'd forgotten all about the post. I must rush. He hurries to the door. Uncle, by the way, Ernest turning around. Yes, uncle? I shouldn't be too long spending that half crown if I were you. Your father might want it back. Ernest, he hasn't got a curtain hope. He hurries out. So now what happens? His uncle has found out the real report and he, while trying to save Ernest, burns his report, and this is how Ernest and the boy both are out of the trouble. Now let us look at the vocab. Awkwardly means not smoothly or gracefully. Beats mean it's too difficult to understand. The way he says beats me. By Jove means an expression showing surprise. Commercial value is value that makes something saleable. Crown is a unit of money in some European countries. Hyphenated means separated by a hyphen. In black and white means in writing. Queer means strange and unusual, and rotten time means bad time. So that was the drama, the play that we read today. Now we have this exercise that you have to practice by yourself. I hope you understood the chapter and you will do this exercise well also. That's it for today. I'll see you soon with another interesting chapter. Till then, keep on learning. Bye bye.